After the whistle starts at Mansion Park in Altoona, where this happened. Mifflin County running back Joshua Cruz in cruise control down the sideline. Look at that cutback move in field, dancing on his own all the way to the end zone for a Mifflin County touchdown. Let's take another look at that right there. He hits the hole and then explodes upfield and sends Altoona defenders flying on that cutback. We'll have to see if it's enough for the Huskies to pull off the upset. Get ready for more plays like that because the playoffs kick off this week in District 6. I'm Andre Magaro. We'll have more on the action in Altoona along with the rest of a thrilling start to the postseason.
And I'm Jake Starr. Postseason play is underway in Central PA, with every team in action tonight dreaming of one thing, and that's winning a ring. After the whistle starts now. Let's start with our game of the week. That brings us to Tyrone, where the Golden Eagles host the Central Dragons, where Jeff Hoenstine is just 2 touchdowns away from tying the state career passing touchdown record and a mere 3 from passing the mark. Let's see if he can get it. Roll highlights. Let's go. Central, number 3 seed in the district, they are on the road for their first round playoff matchup. First drive of the game for Central, Jeff Hoenstine takes it all by himself up the middle, in for a 4-yard touchdown. Puts the Dragons up 7-0. Second quarter, Hoenstine. First touchdown of the night to Eli Lingenfelter. 14-0 Dragons. Just one more for Hoenstine to tie the state mark. But here comes Tyrone. Walk, touchdown pass to Ross Gamp into the end zone, 21-7, as Tyrone fights their way back. After interception again, Walk runs it in for a 3-yard touchdown, and the Golden Eagles are within just one score. Can they battle back? But we flash forward now, still in the second quarter. Ball's right on the goal line. Hoenstine, fade route to the throwback. Hunter Smith, that's a touchdown pass, number 137 for his career, and that ties the state mark. Hope to try next week to top that mark. 35-14, the final score. Central gets the win, and they are moving on. The Dragons, they'll take on top seed CAMBRIA in the district championship, while Tyrone finishes the year 8-3 overall. Sharon DeHaven was there from start to finish. She joined us now in studio with more. What do you got for us?
Well, with playoff happening, it takes a mental toll on some. Adding a record on top of it, it makes it even harder. But Central quarterback Jeff Hoenstine was cool, calm, and collected. Central quarterback Jeff Hoenstine entered the game tonight 3 touchdown passes away from the Pennsylvania career record. In a playoff game, breaking records wasn't on his mind, and it was just to move on.
I really wasn't worried about breaking any records. All I wanted was I was just looking for a win, and you know, I want to do that however possible. If it means me throwing touchdown passes, then that's what I'm going to do. But you know, if it means us running the ball for touchdowns, you know, I just want points on the board.
The Central Scarlet Dragons were rolling in the first half up 21-0, but Tyrone fought back, giving them 2 quick touchdowns, and the Golden Eagles were back in the game.
We you know, kind of had to flip the page and had to you know, let's go to the next play. We know they're a good team; they're going to make plays, so had to come back after that.
The Dragons will get their chance at redemption with another matchup against CAMBRIA in the District 6 Finals next Friday. Well, Hoenstine had a lot of pressure on his shoulders with the record looming over his head, but now he gets a shot at making history next week.
Let's start it out in Class AA playoffs, where third-seeded Bald Eagle hosted number 6, BELLWOOD-ANTIS. This is a big one here, the 3-6 matchup in 2A. We're going to pick things up at 7:35 to go in the first quarter, where Carson Nagel throws a 28-yard touchdown pass to Cameron Watkins, waving bye-bye to the defense and hello to our camera crew. It's 7-0 Bald Eagle. End of the first quarter now, 14-0 Bald Eagle. BELLWOOD-ANTIS gets one back. Gavin Ridgway airs it out. Check out that spinning catch from Kyle Griffin, who explodes down the sideline to cut the lead in half. It's 14-7 Bald Eagle. Beginning of the second quarter, the same score. Gavin Ridgway for BELLWOOD-ANTIS trying to make more magic happen down the sideline, but this time it's intercepted by Mike Snyder, setting up Bald Eagle with a short field. End of the second quarter, it's 21-7 Bald Eagle, and it's more from Nagel. This time a 10-yard touchdown pass to Gavin Eckley in the back of the end zone. Nagel with 2 touchdown passes on the day there. He finished with, count 'em, 5 as Bald Eagle coasts to a 45-19 victory. The win allows Bald Eagle to move on to the next round of the district playoffs, where they'll play the winner of this matchup.
So who will they get? It's the 8-2 Penns Valley Rams playing host to the 6-4 Mount Union Trojans. Let's take a look at how it all went down. See the teams coming out of the tunnel here. Both teams scored touchdowns in the first 2 minutes of this one. Had it locked at 7-7. End of the first quarter, Ty Watson runs it in, 5-yard touchdown, puts Penns Valley up 14-7, and from there, they did not look back. Beginning of the second quarter now, Jackson Romig, a long touchdown pass. The Ty Watson breaks a tackle down the sideline. He could go all the way. Touchdown. 21-7 after the extra point is good. Look at the celebration there. Middle of the second quarter, Jackson Romig, another explosive play. This one to Danon Kurtstetter. That is a 60-yard touchdown pass. Makes it 28-7. Penns Valley has the lead. The crowd, they are hyped. They are into it. Final 3 minutes of the second quarter, Ty Watson gets the handoff, burst around, tackle, breaks a couple of ankles into the end zone. Touchdown, 35-7. And Penns Valley runs away with it. The crowd on camouflage night. The offense for Penns Valley certainly was not missing, though. Number 2 Penns Valley advances to face number 3 Bald Eagle next week at home.
In September, Altoona took down Mifflin County 38-0. That was the Huskies' only loss in their last 5 games. On Friday, they headed to Mansion Park for another shot at the Mountain Lions and a chance in the District 6A title game. For the game, Huskies certainly with a heavy heart. Their former head coach passed away this morning, Scott Seckler. The players held a memorial by handing flowers to his wife, Tamara, followed by a moment of silence before the game. Seckler was a 2018 Mid-Penn Colonial title winner with the Huskies, and the two teams looking for a shot in the district title game this week. Opening drive of the game started out pretty well for Mifflin County. Landon Eichhorn, a 7-yard touchdown pass to a wide-open Isaac Wilson, made it 7-0 Mifflin County early. Now in the second quarter, 2nd and 4, and you've already seen this. It's our play of the night. Once again, Joshua Cruz explodes down the sideline, back in field. Watch out. Defenders go flying. It's 14-7 Mifflin County. Late in the second quarter, 1st and 10, Altoona would respond in a 14-7 ball game. Brennan Freewald flips it out to Julian Hazelwood, who punches it in from 14 yards out to tie the game at 14. Middle of the third quarter now, Altoona's up 21-14. They miss a field goal to go up by 2 scores. And on the next play, it's Eichhorn to Wilson again. This time, it's an 80-yard connection to flip the game on its head. 5 minutes to go in the third quarter, we're tied at 21. The two teams would exchange field goals in the fourth quarter before Alex Yost punches it in from 13 yards out on the final drive. 34 seconds to go. Altoona takes a 31-24 lead. They go on to win by that score. And with the Mountain Lions' victory over the Huskies, they now face State College for the 6A District 6 Championship. Let's take a look at some other scores from around District 6. Penns Manor, the 1 seed, takes down 8-seeded Glendale 21-7. Meanwhile, Northern Cambria all over Moshannon Valley.
Jump ahead, West Shamokin falls big time. The Richland tonight, 48-6 the final. And Westinghouse also a blowout victory over Chestnut Ridge, 48-15. Next up, Portage hit the road to take on Juniata Valley, looking for the upset. Can they get it? Here we go. Early in the second quarter, ball is loose. Foster England jumps on it. That's a Juniata ball right around midfield. But right after recovering the fumble, Jacob Rodkey bursts through an opening all the way down the field, 51 yards down the sideline. He's in for an easy touchdown. Juniata Valley, though, misses the PAT, makes it a 6-0 ball game. First and goal, just under 4 minutes left in the half. Mason Kengo pounds it in for a score, 8 yards out. Portage makes the extra point, and it's a 7-6 lead. Action stalled a little bit till late in the second corner, where Andrew Miko hits Bodie Leo for a 37-yard pitch and catch. That has Portage threatening inside the 30, but the very next play, Jacob Rodkey, another impressive play for Juniata Valley. He picks off that pass. Even though Juniata Valley is still trailing, they regain possession. 2 plays into the next drive, Juniata Valley gives the ball right back as that ball hits the ground. Portage picks it up, and another chance at scoring. Portage had a couple of opportunities late in the half to try and score. This one tips off the hands of a player on offense. That makes it 7-6 Heading into the halftime break, and then 26 the final. Portage does go on the road and pull the upset, and they'll play the winner of Penn's Manor in the District 6 1A semifinal.
Next, we travel to Patton for a single-A clash as third-seeded Cambria Heights battle the Wildcats of Homer Center, the 6th seed. Game was scoreless until late in the first quarter when this Wildcat from Tanner Tribus allows him to take it to the right side and all the way into the end zone. 7-0 Cambria Heights. They're the first on the board. Later on in the first corner, Ty Stockley is looking. He finds Tribus once again. This is a 40-yard pass play that sets up Cambria Heights in the red zone. From there, they would pitch it to, who else? You guessed it, Tanner Tribus. He's going to punch it in and double the lead to make it 14-0 Highlanders on his second score of the evening. Wildcats would get on the board later in the second. After a key interception to flip momentum, Michael Kraujesic is able to come up with it and go all the way down to the red zone. There's a dive then from running back Landon Hill on the very next play to capitalize on that drive. It cuts the Cambria Heights lead in half, makes it the 14-7 game. Wildcats would take advantage of a few more turnovers at the end of the second quarter, but they couldn't carry that momentum into the second half as the Highlanders, there can only be one, take this one 21-7. Homer Center's injury-rattled season comes to an end. Meanwhile, Cambria Heights moves on. They'll take on Northern Cambria next week. Coming up, Penn State looks to rebound after falling to the number 2 Ohio State Buckeyes.
But first, we'll take a look at some scores from around PIAA as the first round of playoffs wrap up. We'll see you right after the break. What's up, all? Thanks for staying up with us, and welcome back to After the Whistle, brought to you by Com Radio, Center County Report, and Penn State's Chapter of Awesome.
The undefeated State High Little Lions are enjoying a bye this week as they await their first playoff opponent. Logan Barandis has more.
Thanks, Andre. The undefeated State High Little Lions are enjoying a bye week as they await their first playoff opponent. Let's take a look. For the first time since 2008, the State High Little Lions finished the regular season undefeated. Now, they prepare for the playoffs. After being the underdogs during last season's playoff run, the Little Lions are among the favorites to win states. But what's the biggest change from last season? After a quick costume change, State High coach Matt Lintell explained that they've learned to play more as a team.
Yeah, we've grown up. You know, this is a tough physical football team that has really put it together. They play team-oriented football, selfless football. Kids really just, they care for each other, and it shows out there on Fridays.
The stands here at Memorial Field may look empty now, but that'll change just 1 week from today as the Little Lions get set to kick off their playoff run. The Little Lions will play the winner of the Altoona and Mifflin County game. The Little Lions beat both teams last season and crushed Altoona in this season's matchup. The score of that game? A 55-14 blowout, a season high for points scored. But now the focus is on the present for State High, and despite not knowing who they're playing just yet, quarterback Finn Fermanak explained the team's mentality has not wavered during this week of practice.
I mean, it wasn't as serious as most, like physical-wise, but we were definitely there mentally as much as we usually are. And we definitely were preparing for both teams and preparing on ourselves and working on ourselves.
I'm Logan Barandis for the Center County Report. That first opponent will be Altoona next week following their last-minute victory tonight, which you saw earlier.
Thanks, Logan. Let's look into the collegiate ranks now, where Penn State suffered a tough loss against Ohio State last weekend, but the Nittany Lions look to rebound against the unranked Indiana Hoosiers. Austin Groft has more on the Lions' upcoming matchup.
A home loss to Ohio State set the Nittany Lions back to 15th in the college football playoff rankings. Quarterback Sean Clifford threw 3 interceptions, including a pick 6 that boosted the Buckeyes' lead by 20 points.
I mean, obviously, we can all pick out the things that we got to improve on in terms of the mistakes and things that we need to eliminate. But I do think the last 2 games, Sean's also made some big-time plays. You know, I think we talked about a couple of throws in the previous game, not this past one, the one before. But he's made some big-time throws, so that's part of it as well.
The Nittany Lions were unable to force a single turnover against the Buckeyes, but this weekend they face Indiana quarterback Connor Bazelak, who has 9 interceptions on the season.
Penn State safeties Jair Brown and Zakee Wheatley have snagged 5 of the team's total 7 interceptions this season. On the offensive side of the ball, Parker Washington is hoping to build off a career game.
Just having a good game, just it's a momentum booster, confidence booster. It was exciting to make plays for the offense on Saturday. You know, I just want to build on that coming up this week and just help the team win as best as we can to go 1-0.
Indiana provides the Nittany Lions with an opportunity to bounce back. In University Park, I'm Austin Groff for the Center County Report.
The Hoosiers and Nittany Lions are set to kick off tomorrow at 3:30 in Bloomington. Our crew's already out there, and they have all your coverage kicking off at 2:30 on Penn State's Com Radio. The playoff field gets cut in half this week, and more will be sent home down the line. But until then, I'm Jake Starr.
And I'm Andre Magaro. Tune in next week for more District 6 playoff coverage here on After the Whistle.